Hello everyone, I hope you're all well and welcome back to another Year 5-6 English tutorial. Today we are looking at present tense forms. Now in Year 5-6 we don't need to learn any new present tense forms, so we are going to be revising the ones that you should have learned so far at primary school, and those are the simple present, the present progressive and the present perfect. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to re-explain what each one is, how you form it and some examples for each one, and then you are going to have a go at putting some subjects and verbs into the different present tense forms. So we'll start off with the simple present. So the simple present is used when you're describing an action that happens regularly or usually. So it would be something that would be an answer to a question like, what do you usually do on a Saturday? I go swimming. I play football. I eat dinner at 7 o'clock. Okay, so it is the most simple present tense form that there is. It is made up of two words: the subject, which is the person or the thing doing the verb, and the verb itself in the present tense form, so the words like eat or play. Okay, you can see some examples here of how I've used it. So you've got the subject I and the verb run, so I run every day. You've got the subject she and the verb shouts, she shouts at me. And then you've got the subject they with the verb eat, they eat their dinner. So if I wanted to add another one on here, I could do something about the dog. So I would start off with my subject, which is the dog. And I might say that the dog barks. Okay, so I'm going to use barks, that is the present tense form. Okay, the dog barks. It's something that happens usually or regularly. Okay, then we move on to the present progressive. Now the present progressive is used to describe an action that's in progress. It's still happening now. Okay, it's made up of three words or three parts, and they are the subject, which might be more than one word, either am, is or are, depending what your subject is, and the present participle. Now, if you remember from a previous video we've done, the present participle is the ing form of a verb, like eating or playing. Okay, so we've got some examples here. You've got the subject I, and when we're using the subject I, it will be I am. So I am running to the shop. It's what I'm doing right now. She is shouting at me. Okay, it's what she's doing right now. It's still happening. It's still in progress. And then our last one, they are eating their dinner. What are they doing now? They are eating their dinner. So if I wanted to add another example in here, I'm going to stick with my dog. So I'm going to say the dog, which is my subject. That's part one, the dog. Because I'm using the dog, it's not the dog am, it's not the dog are, it's the dog is. So I'm going to put that in there. The dog is, and my verb was bark, so it's going to become the dog is barking, because I need to use the present participle form, which is our ing form. So the dog is barking. It's what the dog is doing right now. Okay, then we move on to the present perfect, which is probably the trickiest one, because it describes something that's happened in the recent past. So it seems like it's actually past tense, but it happened in the recent past and it's affecting what's happening now. Okay, so it would be something like, what have you done today? I have finished all of my work. Okay, what have you done today? You have watched this tutorial. Okay, so it happened really recently up until this point. Okay, it's made up of three parts again, just like the present progressive. So you have a subject at the beginning. Then depending what your subject is, you'll pick either have or has. And then this time we'll be using a past participle. Okay, sometimes, I've said often, sometimes this is an ED word, but very often it's not, and that's the English language being annoying for you. So I'm going to give you a few examples. So you can see here, we've got I is our subject, and when I'm saying I say I have, not I has. So I have run, okay? I have run is the past participle here. I've got this one, she. It's not she have, it's she has. So she has, and what has she done? She has shouted all day. Okay, and this last one, the subject is they. It's not they has, it's they have. They have eaten their dinner. So if I want to talk about my dog again and say what my dog has been doing, I'm going to say the dog. What has the dog done today? The dog has barked. And it's a nice one where it will end in an ED for us there. Okay, hopefully that's a nice quick recap for you of the 3 different tenses. Now, if you look back at some of the other year groups videos that have gone online today, if you're unsure on any of these, you should be able to go to those videos and have a quick recap, because I know those are up for you. But now, if you're ready, it's time for a little bit of a challenge. So I'm going to take down the explanation. You can always rewind the video and have another look if you need to. Okay, so now we've got this table. So at the top we've got simple present, present progressive, and the present perfect. And down the side, I've put a subject and the infinitive form of the verb. Now that just sounds very complicated, but it just means the verb in its simplest form when you say to work, to play, to watch. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to use the subject that I've given you and the verb that I've given you, and you're going to rewrite it into the simple present, into the present progressive, and then into the present perfect form. So I'll show you an example with this top row, and then you can have a go at the rest. So the subject is I, and now I know that's going to be the first part that I need. I. The verb I've been given is to work. The simple present form of the verb to work is very simply work. I work. Okay, and I can just check that that's right by saying, what do you usually do? I work. That makes sense, so it probably means that I've done it in the right way. Now I'm going to look at my present progressive. So I'm starting with the I as my subject again. Now remember, this is the one where we need to use am, is, or are. So it's I, and I say I am. So my word in the middle, my second part is going to be an am. I am. And the verb was work, so I need to put working, because I need to use the present participle, which is the ing form. Okay, and then we've just got the final column to fill in. So again, we know the present perfect starts with a subject, and our subject is I. We know we either need to use have or has for the present perfect. When it is I, it's I have. So I'm going to write that in now. I have. And then I just need to put in my verb form at the end, my past participle. And the past participle of work is worked. I have worked. And we can check that that's right by asking ourselves, what have you done today? I have worked. And because that makes sense as an answer, that should mean that I've got the correct answer in that box. So what I would like you to do is see if you can do what I've just done for these different subjects and verbs. So you've got you, and the verb infinitive is to sing. He, and the infinitive is to play. You've got it with the infinitive to rain. She with the infinitive verb to draw. You've got the bird with the infinitive verb to fly. You've got the teachers with the infinitive verb to think. And you've got they with the infinitive verb to drink. So if you pause the video there and see if you can fill in the simple present, present progressive and present perfect for each of those verb forms. When you're ready, replay the video and I'll reveal the answers for you. Okay, so hopefully you've all had a go at that for me now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reveal the answers for you. If you'd like to check them against the answers that you have got on your sheet of paper, and then you can see how secure you are in each of the different tenses. Okay, once you've done that, if you find that there's a column where you've found that you've made quite a few errors, I would suggest going back and having a look at those videos for previous year groups to have a little bit of an in-depth look at those different present tense verb forms until you're secure. If you are secure, I've got one last challenge for you to have a go at before we finish the video. So this time I would like you to see if you are ready for the next challenge, if you can write a short paragraph in answer to each of these questions. So the first question is, what do you usually do during the week? Now I've written that in green because there's a big clue that your answer will probably be using our simple present form. The second question I'd like you to see if you can answer is, what are your family doing today? And I've written it in blue, big clue that we are looking at the present progressive form. And the final question I'd like you to have a go at is, what has your family done so far today? And again, that's in purple, so big clue, we're going to be using some of our present perfect verb forms to answer that. If you're ready, have a go at that challenge, but thank you so much for watching along with us today, and I'll see you on another video. Thank you, bye.